Hello there, this is Dr. Allie and great to see you here. I am just going to share some slides. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some products that might just change your life as they have many other people. And that change may be in terms of your health, or it may be in terms of your wealth. Now, I'd like you to think for a moment to yourself and reflect. What would make the most difference to you in your life right at the moment? Many of us are worried about our health. We don't take our health for granted quite as much as we did before the recent pandemic. But there's also a credit crunch going on. And I know many of you are concerned for your finances, and you're not alone. So this that I'm going to share with you today is something that I have found to be really amazing and has helped me with both with my health and my wealth, but also helping me to help other people. And one of the things that is very important to me is giving back and supporting other people. I particularly want to help healthcare practitioners, stop them from burning out as I have in the past. And it's just so easy. And that includes functional medicine doctors and functional medicine practitioners, because even though we have rediscovered an element of medicine that's helped us fall back in love with our profession again, that is a temporary thing for many of us, because in its turn, it can become overwhelming. So I'm just going to press record. Very interesting. I didn't even spot that before. So we've got that option as well. So I'm just going to share my screen. Let's see if I can manage it. Slideshow, presenter view, and then bring that up and share screen. One window. There we have it. Right. So hopefully you can see that. Oh, I see. You can see that and me. Oh, that's all fun, isn't it? I'm just going to come back. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about LifeWave, its history, what it is, and why that might be an answer and a blessing to you right now. I'm Dr. Allie, and I'm a functional medicine doctor. I'm an NHS GP. I'm a professional network marketer. I have been in network marketing since 2008. I was born to an entrepreneurial family. My parents started the first farm shop in the country, actually. And that is why when I saw the business model of network marketing, I didn't turn my nose up at it like so many people do, because I could see its potential. It is just like a franchise. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. So I'm a deep thinker. I look at the science behind things, but I am also very, very spiritual. When I was younger, I was always out on the farm, connected to nature, wondering what made things tick. And I was all set to go to medical school when I was involved in a car accident. I was on the back seat. My ex-boyfriend rolled the car and I broke my back in 2 places. Now, I had to go to medical school with a broken back. Okay, so if I'd had my head screwed on right, which I didn't, I'd have taken a gap year. But I was so afraid of losing that precious place at medical school that I went on with a broken back to go to medical school. My eyes water at the thought of it. I had to lie down for lectures and I cried every evening. It was very difficult. And those of you who suffer from chronic pain, you know what I'm talking about. You know what it's like, how depressing it is to suffer from chronic pain. And there are many other chronic conditions that have us in tears. And that's before you add in the impact on our mental health, the actual depression as well. So I was alive, but I was at medical school, and I worked out how to thrive, how to survive medical school despite a broken back, using what would now be called integrative medicine, using the pharmaceuticals that the health service offered me, the physiotherapy the health service offered me, surgery was not an option, and then using everything at my fingertips that at that time, things like creative writing, nature writing wasn't even a thing then, but that's what I was doing to deal with the depression. Poetry, aromatherapy, acupuncture, moxibustion, McTimoney chiropractic, Alexander technique. All of these things are part of the health program that you put in place for yourself when you have a chronic illness. And I know that many of you watching now have been in that place. And yoga was one of the things that helped me strengthen my back and move forward. It was an important part of that. And it was also an important part later of me dealing with burnout as a full-time GP with 2 young kids and a broken back. But I didn't have access to LifeWave. It didn't exist back in 1985. And if it had, my story would be very, very different. So on to what I would like us to have, and that is vibrant hormonal health, or vibrant health. Hormones are involved in everything, by the way. So to get the most of this training, do pay attention, turn off your mobile phone, turn off Facebook, except to invite your friends to attend this talk, which is live, and there will be a replay. It will be available. So stay focused on what I'm going to share with you, because it might just make all the difference to you. So have you been patched yet? I've got mine on the front of my neck there. It's easy to show people there. We often use it on the prominent cervical vertebrae on the back of the neck. They can be put anywhere, and these are patches. So what is LifeWave, and what are LifeWave patches? It's affordable stem cell reactivation technology in a patch. Now that is some long words, some jargon, but what does that mean? We are activating your copper peptide, GHKCU, which then reactivates your own stem cells. Now, your stem cells are the progenitor cells that create every organ in the body and repair it. And as we get older, more and more of our stem cells are quiescent, asleep. I'm just going to share a short video with you.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
And so that explains how the phototherapy patches work. Whoops. There we go. So LifeWave as a company, it's a well-established company. It was established 20 years ago in 2004, and it's open in 87 countries or more. It has over 180 patents. Now, those of you who are in business will know that that costs millions of dollars. And because the inventor came from an inventor family, he knew the importance of patenting your intellectual property. Those of us who are entrepreneurial minded often forget this small but important fact. So it's in a state of growth. It grew from 28 million to 280 million between 2020 and 2022, and 420 million in 2023. That's amazing, isn't it? But that's partly because of the release of the stem cell activation patch, which is the second most recent product that David has invented. Actually, the sprays might be, but there we go. And it's projected to do $1 billion in 2025. So we're continuing to grow. This is David Schmidt. He is the inventor of X39. He's a scientist and inventor, and he and a Christian and very spiritual. And he has always wanted to help people to reverse age, and with the stem cell research he has done, he has found a product that actually does that, which is amazing. This is some of the wording from one of the patents, and you can see that it includes, as a result of elevating copper peptide, activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. And these are real things, real effects. And there's no competition for this work. This is not a Me Too product. Now, previously, and I still am in other network marketing businesses, particularly my favored supplement company. But at the end of the day, there are other products that compete for supplements, even though the one I use is the best quality. There are other products there are other companies that release weight management products and skincare, but this is unique. So here's a statement from the New England Journal of Medicine. The number one indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in the bloodstream. So these are the cells that have the potential to develop into any kind of cell needed. They help the body to heal and repair. And this is what the power of the X39 stem cell activation patch holds within it. And not only that, we actually see those results. We're going to come to some of those results soon. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? Well, as I've said, the fewer the stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower you heal. If you are in your 70s, you may have noticed that if you cut yourself, it takes longer for that cut to heal than when you were in your 20s. And this is partly because of this reduction in active stem cells. So how does it work? It's the holy grail of anti-aging, the copper peptide, GHKCU, and it's made of organic nanocrystals. So the patch is made of organic nanocrystals, which are between a plastic bilayer, and they are formulated to that when the infrared light from the body comes out and hits the nanocrystals in the patch, they're deflected back in a narrow band wavelength, which activates a particular peptide. In this case, it's copper peptide. The different patches activate different peptides. It's non-invasive, non-transdermal, and medical grade adhesive. So very few people find they have an allergy to the adhesive. If they do, you can actually get the same results just by popping the patches on the inside of your clothing so that the nanocrystals are still in contact with the body. So what happens if we do activate our stem cells? And this is what we see as a result with these patches. We get rapid pain relief. And it varies. You know, some people may not find that their knee pain resolves with their until they've been on the patches for 3 months. But very often we do see an improvement in pain relief within weeks, days, hours. In my husband's case, the pain in his hands disappeared on the 3rd day of using the patches, which is incredible. We get reduced inflammation in the body, and now inflammation is responsible for virtually every disease process in the body. You know, every illness that you can think of, there's an element of inflammation or irritation going on in the tissues, and these stem cell activation processes reduce that inflammation. It supports wound healing, and we've got photographic evidence of that. We get improved energy and vitality, and many of us find that we have improved energy and vitality and also improved mood, actually. We get improved mental clarity. We get enhanced sports performance, faster recovery from exercise with less pain during that recovery, and improved skin appearance. So what else can that... There we go. There. So how do we wear X39? As I said, usually they are either on the back of the neck or 2 finger breadths below the tummy button. We recommend that you wear the patch for up to 12 hours and take it off for at least 12 hours to allow the body to repair and rejuvenate, and to stop attenuation, to stop the body becoming sort of blind to the effects of the patch. You throw away the patch. Those of us who have animals tend to put them on our dogs and cats overnight. So that because they do have a little bit more wear in them, and we like to benefit our companion animals. And then you put a new patch on the next day and repeat. You can wear more than one patch at a time, and there are complementary patches, but I always recommend the X39 as your main patch, and then add in others if you wish to. And drink plenty of good quality water. So I recommend at the very least filtering your water. This assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies to the entire body. So what long-term results can we expect with X39? This is evidence from 80 case studies, and there is research showing that when GHK-Cu is increased in the body, 4,000 genes begin to reset within the first few days. We see with the X39 patch that within 6 weeks, the brain becomes more balanced, and we see decreased symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. So we just get a more balanced brain, less anxiety, less low moods. Within 3 months, we find that the collagen is increased, and this has the effect of decreasing wrinkles, increasing hair growth, even in people who have bald patches, and increasing the structural integrity of both the skeletal and muscular systems. There's a lot more going on than this. This is just what's sort of obvious from the outside, but if you've got reduced wrinkles and aging on the outside on your skin, you can bet your bottom dollar that inside the body there's reduced aging going on as well, and there's an impact on your organs such as your liver and your kidneys. And then within 6 months, we've seen in one study 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of using X39. So it is worth continuing to use it and not just stopping after the 90-day protocol that we recommend everybody trials. And it's not just anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. Wow. So 90-day protocol, we recommend at least 90 days for optimal results with X39. And ideally, if you want to see the maximal results, I recommend an additional month of use for every decade of life. So if you're 60, that's an additional 6 months of use. So that would be 9 months in total. And by the end of 9 months, you should see some effects. You may see them within minutes, though. So although that's the recommendation, we have seen results within hours, minutes, and even seconds. Everybody's body is unique and different. So even if there happens to be a testimonial you've found about this product with an illness or a disease state that is similar to something you're suffering, that doesn't mean to say it will have the same effect with you. It may be better, it may be worse, but I will just reiterate here that LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, or ameliorate the symptoms of any disease. They are not medical patches, they're not pharmaceuticals, they are wellness devices. If you want to find out a bit more about X39, I strongly recommend this website, thisisit.info.com. From that website, you can go into this product in as much or as little depth as you want. So if you feel at the end of this presentation that you just want to go ahead, then by all means contact the person who invited you to this talk and talk to them about it. But if you want to find out more, thisisit.info.com is the website to go to. So X39 is David's greatest achievement because it works quickly and provides so many benefits. It does seem like a miracle or two, but good to be true. Here we see some of the results of reduced inflammation in one particular 77-year-old woman in one of the studies. And you can see with the redness in session 1, when there's no X39 in place, you can see that there's a lot of inflammation, very little stem cell activity, and lack of brain coherence. So the image shows the inflammation, but at the same time, stem cell activity and brain coherence were also being measured. in the session 2, which was after 3 weeks on X39, there's a marked reduction in inflammation and improved brain coherence and more stem cell activity. And with session 3, 6 weeks on X39, again, we see a complete turnaround in inflammation and with improved stem cell activity and brain coherence in those measurements. So as you age, the stem cells in your organs, including your brain, your heart, your liver, your lungs, your kidneys and skin, all go dormant. And what we're doing here is reactivating. We're waking them up. And that has an amazing effect. Now, here we see some images showing a reduction in inflammation in as little as 30 minutes of X39. So the image on the left here, you can see the before and after pictures after 30 minutes of X39. You can see how much less inflammation is in the body, both in the shoulders and in the torso. And here we can see an improvement in inflammation with just carrying the X39 patch for 30 minutes in this lady's hands. And here we can see, so some of you may say, well, it must be the placebo effect. We know the placebo effect is powerful and it's not to be discounted. Placebo effect is real self-healing. But quite apart from that, it's not just about being told something's going to work. This is inflammation reduction in a horse, and you can see that there is a reduction in inflammation. In this case, I think it was the ice wave patch, possibly. But you can see there's a reduction in inflammation, and this is just we have got randomized double-blind controlled trials. We've got evidence that it's not just a placebo effect. I'd just like to play this short video because this is another astounding thing, and you can see why those of us in the know tend to put our used patches on our pets. And if we've got a big problem with a pet, we'll use new ones on them. So you see this dachshund, bless it, paralyzed back legs. Four days on X39. Same dog. Insane. Just makes me cry, this. So let's look at some other effects of X39. And we're focusing here on the image type testimonials, but we do have hundreds, literally hundreds of written testimonials with people's reports of their improvements. So let's start with lady top left. Here you can see the impact of X39 patch alone on day 1, day 42 and day 355. You can see a reduction in the shadows under the eyes and the wrinkles around the mouth and eyes and nose, and the face has a lot more bloom, and so do the eyes. Now if we look at this one here, you can see reduced wrinkles around the eyes. This lady here, after 1 year on X39, she's got incredible bloom to her face. You can see less age spots, less sagging of the eyelids, and again a light in the eyes that is difficult to quantify, you know, and reduced wrinkles around the nasolabial folds here around the mouth. In this lady here, you can see after just 9 weeks of X39, a dramatic improvement in the skin texture and color, the age patches and the wrinkles. And again, the middle one here, you can see over 5 months, day 1, day 30 and 5 months, a big improvement in the wrinkles, not only around the mouth, but in the neck area as well, which is an area we tend to forget about, but does get a lot of sun exposure. Now onto this one here, vitiligo. As a doctor, I know that vitiligo is an autoimmune disease that has no cure, and with traditional medical approaches, all we tell people to do is I suggest you just get some camouflage makeup. And so this gentleman is so happy to see this improvement. This is unheard of in medicine. This lady with Bell's palsy, which is a paralysis of one of the nerves, she'd had that paralysis for 18 months with no improvement. She was still having to wear a patch over the eye because part of the paralysis means you can't actually close the eye. And that means that that eye is easily damaged because you're not lubricating it, you're not protecting it. from blinking. And then after just 3 months of X39, look at that. She is able to, she's just, it's a complete transformation. Again, we have psoriasis here. This is another autoimmune disease. Here we've got the size of the patch of psoriasis, the plaque, as they're called, on the knee before X39. And even after 12 hours, there's a dramatic improvement here, 36 hours and then 10 days. Quite incredible, because these are thick plaques of keratinized skin that occur in psoriasis, and they just don't improve like this. Here we have wound improvement after an operation on the forearm after just 12 days. Again, there's a dramatic improvement in the healing. 12 days is a very short time for this degree of healing to take place. And then looking at some more cases of wound healing, you can see here 21 days of X39, 7 weeks with X39. I would suspect he's had a fall. He's putting a patch directly over the to either side of the injury and on the other cheek as well. And this young man, yes, as I said, young people have more active stem cells than older people, but even so, I would not expect this degree of healing to take place in 5 days. Incredible. And this little boy shut his finger in the car and lost the tip of it, and his parents took it to the A&E or ER as it was, and asked the plastic surgeons to sew it back on. They were very reluctant because they said, look, there's no hope. And after the operation, you can see that it's blackened at the tip. We're not expecting this fingertip to survive. We're expecting this fingertip to shed off and just him to have a shorter tip. But look what happens over 21 days. He's got a fully functioning finger. That's incredible. And then we have 3 cases here of the hair regrowth, male pattern baldness. Many of you will suffer from this, and it can be very annoying, and it can affect your self-esteem, especially if you're a young person or a woman. But yeah, I say that. My husband got used to going bald very early, but you know, it does affect you. And here we've got severe baldness here, improving over a 3-month period, and just 6 weeks of X39 here. Quite incredible. So everybody's barbers are noticing changes. Now we have athletes on the patches, and we've only got a brief excerpt of athletes here, but there are many athletes who use the patches to help with their sports performance and their recovery. The first patch that was created was the Energy Enhancer, and here we've got gold Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps in 2004 wearing the Energy Enhancer patch. Here we've got tennis player Serena Williams using the Energy Enhancer, and David Beckham with the Energy Enhancer. And then we've got Lorenzo Savadori, Superbike champion, with an X39 to help him focus and concentrate. Now I'm just going to play another short video that explains what led David to network marketing as his route for marketing this product.
When I started LifeWave and was doing an evaluation of how to market this, I was thinking about radio and TV. I approached GNC, who wanted to market the product, looked at infomercials and talked to companies about doing that. We did some testing. And I had an experience where a fellow that was a business friend introduced me to somebody. We had a business lunch, and then he ran into somebody in a movie theater who was interested in investing in LifeWave. I met with that guy, and then he introduced me to a medical doctor who introduced me to another medical doctor who was friends with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University. So in about a 3-week period of time, I went from sitting at a lunch in Beaufort to being out at Stanford University putting patches on Olympic swimmers with Richard Quick, a 6-time US Olympic coach. And when I really thought about that, I said, you know, this would never have happened with the product sitting on the shelf at GNC. Would never happen. This is all networking. I need to go back and reevaluate this. And so in July of 2004, I flew out to California. I was invited there by Coach Quick to see the Olympic trials. And when I landed, he said, well, we have an issue. The Olympic Committee thinks that there's drugs in these patches, and they want you to, explain what the technology is. So I met with this fellow, Dr. Scott Rodeo, explained what the patches were. They took them down to UCLA microanalytical lab, validated, there were only natural materials in the patches, and we were vindicated. But over 1,000 people contacted me wanting to buy the product and be a distributor for this new technology. And I was like, okay, the alarm bells went off. Clearly, what God is telling me, this is supposed to be a network marketing company. And 3 months later, on November 10th of 2004, we started sales. We did $500,000 in business our very first month, and 17 million in sales for 2005. So it was a very, very clear sign. This was where our home was supposed to be.
Wow. Amazing. So let's have a look at what the patches, the different sorts of patches. So the X39 is the foundation LifeWave patch. I recommend everybody use the X39 for at least 90 days, for at least 3 months. And this is a sleeve of patches here, and each sleeve has got 30 patches. So in the case of most of them, that's 30 days of wear. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from a cold. So here are some of the supportive products that you can get. So we have the X49, which increases muscle mass, improves bone density, and improves heart health. Also helps muscle development and weight loss as part of a program. We have the Icewave patch, which gives you acute pain relief. No side effects. We have people managing to come off pain medication and getting relief where pain medication gave them none. And this is where I say, this and the X39 would have transformed my life when I broke my back. Here we have the glutathione patch, which is an immune booster and the body's master antioxidant. When you put the patch on the body, we get a 300% increase in glutathione levels in the body. So it's very, very powerful. It's not very effective when taken as a supplement. Some people use a transdermal cream. In this case, we are producing the body's own glutathione, which is much better. And here we have carnosine, which improves brain function, memory and focus, and lengthens telomeres. And we have the Eon, which reduces inflammation and also reduces stress and anxiety. So we call it the happy patch, but it's much more than that. Inflammation is, as I said earlier, part of every pathology in the body. And so inflammation, so the Eon is very, very helpful. Some people who are very sensitive find that 5 days of Eon before they start their X39 can reduce any possible detox reaction that can occasionally occur. Then we have the Silent Night, which regulates sleep by increasing natural melatonin. And improves the quality and quantity of sleep. So in one study of insomniacs, it increased their sleep by 66%. Amazing. Then we have the Energy Enhancer, that one that was the first one introduced to the Olympic swimming team in America. It increases energy, increases fat burning, and increases endurance. In the case of the Icewave and the Energy Enhancer, so these two patches here, each sleeve has got 30 patches in, but you're using 2 patches at once. So those two only contain 15 days worth of patches, but you won't be using them every day to the same extent as the other ones. Here we have the SP6 Complete, which reduces weight and helps to reduce appetite and food craving. So it helps to reduce weight as part of a weight management program. It aids hormone balance and digestion. So what it does is, for those of you in the know, it regulates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal thyroid axis. So it helps with thyroid issues. It helps with insulin resistance. It helps with weight gain, helps with hormonal obesity. There are so many things that it helps. And I've had people improve heavy periods with this. So it's a really useful patch. But X39 I always recommend as the primary patch, and then add in others if funds allow. Then we have the Alavida, which is now in South Africa and the UK. At least it's in the UK now. And it helps to give you vibrant skin, reduces wrinkles, and builds collagen. And we also have the AccuLife, which is aimed at horses and dogs, all animals, in fact. It's an inflammation and pain reduction, so really useful. It's exactly the same patch as the Icewave, but packaged differently. So if you're in a country where it's not available, then you can use the Icewave for the same thing. And as I've said, we do use these patches on our pets. We do use glutathione when they need a bit of antioxidant support or liver support, for example. Testimonies. So just a reminder that LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Those success stories that we see are based on personal accounts. They don't reflect what other people may experience necessarily. So everyone's body is unique and different. So if one person had an improvement in tinnitus within 2 hours, that doesn't mean to say that the next person will. With the next person, it may take 7 weeks, for example. And we have cases of both of those. So on this amazing group, you can take a picture with of the QR code. The testimonial website on Telegram is amazing because we have all of these different illnesses or different health situations with testimonials for them. So, for example, on this page, you can see cancer and thyroid issues, Crohn's disease. Here you can see constipation, scleroderma, which is an autoimmune disease, tinnitus, very commonly seen improvements with that. On this one, you can see migraines, very common, get inflammation, Lyme disease, bone healing, hemochromatosis, reversal of aging, shingles, fibromyalgia, blood oxygen levels, multiple sclerosis, knee pain, COPD, Parkinson's, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, ADHD, sinusitis, Asperger's syndrome, endometriosis, stenosis of the spine. So you can see that there's a whole wide variety of illnesses or disease states that may find improvement. Now, it's not that the X39 is improving it. It's not that the X39 is healing, curing, or treating the symptoms. What the X39 is doing is helping the body to get back to a place where it can heal itself. So it's your own body that's doing the healing. Because as I know, having studied it for so many years, the body is an amazing thing. So what are the prices? Just for perspective, stem cell injections cost $10,000 to $35,000 for a full course, a 50% chance it won't work, and you have to repeat it every 6 months. So that's the sort of comparison you need to be bearing in mind. So don't compare it with a packet of a jar of supplements from Centrum or somewhere where the quality is atrocious and they spend more money on their marketing campaigns than on their ingredients. We're talking about something that's activating your stem cells. So the retail price for the X39 and X49 is $149.95. The other supplementary patches is $79.95. The wholesale price, and even customers can buy them at wholesale price, and I'll show you how in a minute. They are $99.95 for X39 and X49, and generally $49.95 to $69.95, and this is dollars for the others. And there is tax and country tax and delivery to pay on top of that. So we get stung in the UK with 20% tax. So do bear that in mind, unfortunately, because it's an international company. It doesn't show the tax until you're on the way out through checkout. So there are enrollment kits. Now these, I recommend that everybody invest in one of these, even if you don't think you're going to be wanting to share it with anybody, because if you did use the X39 and found that you got a really good result, you can't help but share it, because we all know people who have pain. We all know people who have life-limiting conditions or neurological conditions or heart disease. And why wouldn't you share it? So even if you don't want to build a business like those of us with a more entrepreneurial spirit like myself, this is something that you can share and make back the investment that you're making every month pretty easily. So the bronze pack, which just includes one sleeve of X39, so that's 30 days of X39, that's $124.95. The silver pack for 3 sleeves of X39 is $299.95. Don't forget there's plus tax and shipping on this. And that's a really good value pack. You can mix and match, so you can choose to have just 1 pack of X39 and 4 of the other types of patches if you wanted, for example. And then the gold pack, which is the one I recommend people go for, this includes 5.5 sleeves of X39. How can there be half a sleeve? Well, exactly. What it means is there's 5 sleeves of X39 and 1 sleeve of the supplementary patches. Or you may choose to get, say, 3 sleeves of X39, so you're covered for your 3-month trial. But you also want, that would be 5 other sleeves of patches as well. So you might choose the Eon for inflammation, the Silent Nights for sleep, the Ice Wave because you've got a painful knee, the glutathione because you realize that you need to detox. You can soon add up and find and try out these other ones for yourself or a loved one. And then there's a platinum for the more serious business person and the diamond for the really serious person. I started at gold and upgraded to diamond as soon as I had the money at the end of that month, because I could see the potential of this. This is such an important thing to be sharing. I've never come across anything like this in 30 years as a doctor. It's such an important thing, wellness device to be sharing with people because of these results we're getting. Now, there are additional advantages of you getting the diamond pack. It leads to your starting price for the X39 to be only $84. Obviously, you're only buying this if you're thinking of it from the business point of view, and you'll be retailing them at the retail price I showed on the previous page, not forgetting tax and shipping. So don't make the mistake of buying in and paying tax and then forgetting to charge it when you are retailing the packs, the sleeves. So that's the enrollment kit. And if, say, you decided to go for gold like I did, and you decide to upgrade to diamond later, you only pay the difference and you get the difference in sleeves. So you don't have to start again. This isn't the pack you're having to buy every month at all. This is just your enrollment kit. So let's look a bit more at LifeWave. You can see here we've got exponential growth through 2022, and that has continued into 2023 and 2024. It's open in 87 countries, and it has all those patents. And we have this incredible opportunity before us, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. You are, my friend, in the right place at the right time with the right product. There is so much that you can do with this. There's a place for everyone in LifeWave, whether you just want to be a retail customer, a wholesale customer, a business builder, that's up to you. So I'd like you to reflect for a moment. What is most important in your life? Is it family? Is it time freedom? Is it security, travel, better health, or less debt? For many of us, it's actually all of these, and they're all important. And I'd like you to think for a minute. If you continue to do what you're doing at the moment, is it going to get you to the place you want to be? Is it going to get you to that place? And I wonder whether that is the case. And I felt that it wasn't getting me there. So there are 4 ways to earn with LifeWave. And those of you who just wanted to learn about the products are very welcome to leave now. However, I do recommend you stay so that you understand that those of us who have a business, and we would really love you to refer to us, or even more, we would love to help and mentor you as you build your own business. So there are 4 ways to earn. There's firstly the retail profits, which I've illustrated already by giving you the retail and wholesale prices. There's a product introduction bonus where you get paid for every pack that you every person that you introduce who buys a pack from your business. And you also get an introduction bonus for people who buy as a customer as well. There are binary commissions, which are a little more complicated, but basically you are paid an additional amount based on the points traveling up through your business from your downline. And there's a matching bonus as well. So the retail profits, so you're purchasing at wholesale price, sharing at retail price, and you're making the difference. So that's the difference that you can see, $50 with the X39 or the X49 and $10 with the others. Then there's a product introductory bonus, which are payable when you personally enroll a new member. So the other people in your team don't get that for each one. So you get $15 if you bring in a bronze, $50 for a silver, $100 for a gold, $150 for a platinum, and $200 for a diamond. However, if you yourself upgrade to diamond or purchase a diamond pack today, you will find that for 90 days, you get paid at a higher rate and you get a higher introduction bonus for the platinum and diamond packs. So it's well worth doing this and adding this into your strategy and working with the person who introduced you to this business to help you make the most of that 90 days. Then we have the binary system. So unlike many companies, you have to build many other teams. You're only building 2 teams, and LifeWave pays you to unlimited depth. So you can get up to $25,000 a week on team commissions alone. You've then got those product introduction bonus, and you've got the matching bonuses. So there's an additional matching bonus that you get for people who in your team who become manager or above. So yes, so there's an excellent video to watch. There are several videos to watch on the compensation plan. So talk to the person who introduced you to this talk to find out more, because understanding how we get paid is something that comes gradually over the weeks. And I do recommend you watch a video every week if you do join us, so that you begin to understand the power of this system. And there are many, many entrepreneurs who recommend network marketing. Robert Kiyosaki, Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, many of them would have said that if they were to start from scratch again, they would start with a good network marketing product. So if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, and I know that may be going through your minds at the moment, say yes and then learn how to do it later. And we do have team trainings. We have Zoom overviews. These are just some of them. So we have Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. in the UK through Team 333. We have mine, and This Is It. So This Is It team does it one Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I do it the other Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We have team training on Thursday at 7 p.m. UK time and Saturday at 6 p.m. UK time. And there's also a talk at 5 o'clock UK time. Those times are a bit skew-iff. I need to edit this. So I hope that you found that as inspiring as I do. Let's stop the share. There we go. So I will take a look at the comments afterwards and see if any of you had any questions and answer them. And I invite you to think about what you want to do differently in your life in the next 10, 20, 30 years, or even just in the next 5 years. I want you to think about what opportunities there are that you're missing out on, whether it's because of your health or because of the financial situation that you find yourself in. And I'd love to be here to help you to grow a business with LifeWave, or to improve your health no end in the ways that we've talked about today. So do contact the person who invited you. I'm going to pop my link into the description underneath here, and look forward to seeing you soon. This is Dr. Allie, functional medicine doctor, network marketing professional, and LifeWave distributor and manager. Thank you. Bye-bye.